If you've been struggling with a sluggish sealant dispensing speed on your insulating glass sealing robot line, you're not alone. In our short video yesterday, we touched on two common culprits: clogged mixers or sealant heads and insufficient machine pressure. Today, we're diving deep into all three factors, including the hidden third one that's costing you precious production time. Let's fix this once and for all. First culprit: clogged mixers and sealant heads, the silent speed killer. Let's start with the most straightforward issue: blockages. Over time, as your machine dispenses sealant, tiny particles of mixed sealant cling to the inner walls of the mixer and sealant head. At first, it's just a thin film hardly noticeable, but as days or weeks pass, that film thickens, narrowing the passage where sealant flows. Why it slows you down? Think of it like a garden hose with a kink. The narrower the opening, the harder it is for sealant to push through, forcing the machine to work overtime to dispense even a small amount. You might notice an even flow, sputtering, or a visible slowdown in how quickly the sealant bead forms along the glass edge. The fix: clean the mixer and sealant head weekly or more often if you're running high-volume production. Use a manufacturer-recommended solvent to dissolve dried sealant. Avoid sharp tools that could scratch the inner surfaces. Scratches trap more sealant, making clogs worse. A 5-minute cleaning routine can save hours of downtime later. Second culprit: insufficient pressure. Your machine's muscle is weak. Next up, pressure. Your sealing robot line relies on hydraulic pressure to push sealant through the system with force. If that pressure drops or maxes out, the machine simply can't dispense sealant at full speed. What causes low pressure? A worn hydraulic pump. Over time, internal components wear down, reducing the pump's ability to generate pressure. Leaks in hydraulic lines: even small leaks let pressure escape, forcing the system to work harder for less output. Incorrect pressure settings. If the gauge is calibrated too low, below the 20 megapascal sweet spot we mentioned earlier, you're not using the machine's full capacity. The fix: start by checking the hydraulic gauge. If it's consistently below 18 megapascals, inspect for leaks in hoses or fittings. If no leaks are found, have a technician test the pump. Worn parts should be replaced promptly. Remember, pressure isn't just about speed, it's about consistent sealant flow. Boosting it to the optimal range, 20 megapascals, will speed things up and improve seal quality. The hidden third culprit: misconfigured scanning and depth settings. Now, let's unpack the mystery factor we teased yesterday: scanning ruler calibration and sealant depth adjustments. This is where most operators stumble, and it's often the easiest to fix. Here's why it matters. The scanning ruler measures the glass dimensions in real time, telling the machine where to apply sealant. If it's misaligned or calibrated incorrectly, the machine will slow down to double-check measurements, hesitating at corners or edges. Similarly, sealant depth settings determine how much sealant is dispensed per pass. If the depth is set to deep, the machine has to work harder to push more sealant, slowing down the entire process. If it's too shallow, you'll end up reworking the seal later, wasting time. Real-world example: a customer recently reported slow speeds despite clean components and good pressure. We checked their setup and found the scanning ruler was off by 2 mm, so the machine kept pausing to recalculate glass edges. We recalibrated the ruler and adjusted the sealant depth from 5 mm to 3 mm. Their glass only needed 3 mm for a tight seal. Their speed increased by 30% overnight. The fix: calibrate the scanning ruler daily using a test piece of glass. Ensure it aligns perfectly with the glass edges. Match sealant depth to your glass thickness. Thinner glass needs less depth to 3 mm. Thicker glass may need for 5 mm. Consult your machine's manual for guidelines. Final takeaway: speed equals maintenance plus pressure plus calibration. Slow sealant dispensing isn't a mystery, it's a combination of three factors: clogged components, low pressure, and misconfigured settings. By tackling each one systematically, you can boost speed, reduce waste, and keep your sealing robot line running at peak efficiency. Want a step-by-step walkthrough of calibrating the scanning ruler or checking hydraulic pressure? Drop a comment below, we're happy to dive deeper. And don't forget to follow for more pro tips to master your insulating glass machine.